So I don't have an intro for this video, and I don't even know what to really make for an intro, but I just want to catch everyone up to speed on this car that's just suddenly popped up when I have so many other projects, including the Miata, the 8.6, 240, everything else. But I want to get this car going really quick. It probably won't be as quick as the Miata was, but I want to get it done so we can at least drive it again this summer. But this was my dad's car for the last, I think, almost 15 years now. We picked it up back in the day, back when these were super cheap for like 500 bucks. He's been driving it all those years. It's got the original motor and original trans in it still with 540 on it. I think it's had a couple timing belts done in the time that we've owned it. This car's kind of been in the family for a long time. The motor slipped a piston about 3 years ago, and he's been driving another car. But now that he's not driving really at all, there's no sense in this car just sitting there in the backyard getting worse and worse. So I ended up picking it up, and this video is going to be the video on me getting it out of the hole it was sitting in and getting it running and getting it on my dolly and bringing it here. I do have another motor for it now, so it's just a matter of waiting on a few things. I'm going to put another clutch in it because all those miles, I don't want to put the stock clutch back in one way or another. And then shifter bushings and a couple little things that have just seized up from it sitting. So when the parts get here, there will be a full tear into it. I'm going to basically just get it back on the road right now, and we'll do the body work and all the other stuff probably next year. The body work's not too bad on it, especially for the age of these cars and what they're worth now. Got a full black SI interior. It's got Integra seats in it, and then it's also got, well, everything except for the sunroof out of an SI. So it's got the rear brake conversion. I think it's got the proportioning valve. I don't know if you ever switched it out or not. It's got the SI lip, the amber turn signals. It's been nothing crazy, but it's a clean daily driver, and that's what this car always was. So I'd really like to just try to get it back to the former glory it was. I don't want to K-swap it or anything crazy right now. Like, I have this, so there's no point in me putting a K-swap in that. As fun as these cars are, I'd rather, if anything, build an era correct car and put a B series in it. But again, right now I just want to get it running. I want to at least drive it again this year, if I financially can put brakes on it and get everything up to snuff to get it back on the road right now. But eventually it's going to be full quarter panel replacements. It's going to be, I don't even know. I haven't went through the full thing yet. I know the gas tank's probably going to have to come out of it, at least be drained, but the filler neck leaks a bit, and I haven't had it up on a hoist or been underneath this car in probably 5 or 6 years now. It's a project, but at the same time, though, it's a very good example of these cars, especially for the miles that are on it. We're in that stage where these $500 Honda Civics are basically being restored now. But yeah, I just want to get it on the road this summer. I just want to get it driving again. I just want to be able to drive it again, basically. And then I'm going to go through it. Dad did a lot of nice little clean custom things, like turning the spare tire weld into a subwoofer cabinet, and just cool little things that makes this car special. And the fact that it's been in the family so long makes it like more important to me than the other cars that I have right now. So I'd really like to get starting to put it back together.
Made it this far, and the wheel stud's sheared off. I don't know how the wheel stayed on there. It was in between the quarter panel and just stayed in there while I pulled over. Wheel studs are torn right off. Try to get the caliper out. Hopefully I can find wheel studs or something. Hammer them out and hammer more in. We're in the shittiest spot, and it's the shittiest side of the road. And this is totally augered out, and the tire is destroyed. That's probably why it blew out, because it was hitting the side. So I'm gonna try to rip the caliper off, and I don't know. Hopefully someone has wheel studs somewhere around, can bring them to me. Everything off. Got the studs out. The studs are right fucked. They're cross-threaded, and nothing will start on them. They're not completely snapped. Well, some are, but 2 of them aren't. But I have no lug nuts. I stole a lug nut off the front, but it doesn't even try to start. I don't really want to ram it down and be in the same situation right now. I'm getting a knuckle delivered to me, and hopefully I can tap the studs out of it and just get this back together. I don't know yet. It's getting dark out now though, but yeah, this is a lot of fun. My whole life is led to this moment. Managed to get it back together. It's got half cross-threaded lug nuts and fucking rusty old studs that are probably from 1995 that I hammered out of another knuckle that my dad had. And I think there's mixed match lug nuts. Either way, it torqued up to 100 foot-pounds, so that's good enough. I double-checked this other side. It seems to be tight, so hopefully there's no other issues. We've driven another few kilometers with it, so. And then I just took it to the truck wash real quick because it's outside, and kind of sprayed it down real quick. It's not the greatest wash ever, but it gets the top layer of stuff off of it. And it's got my BMW basket weave rim on it with a tire probably just as old as the car, but it's what I got. So good thing I brought spares with me at least. But yeah, it's now like 11 o'clock at night, and we're about to hit the road again, and hopefully there's no more issues. Well, it's daylight now, and we're here. I made it home at least. This is all the crap. I just threw everything in the back of the truck. But I literally just hammered studs out of here. I couldn't get the last 2 out because the wheel bearing is so seized in this stud that I couldn't turn it. So I managed to get 2 out of that one, hammer 1, or I think hammer 2 decent ones in there, but one of them still spun, and got the wheel on at least, torqued it up, threw everything back here out of this old knuckle and all that. But yeah, this is it didn't really pressure wash it that great, I guess, but I did it in the dark, so I couldn't really see. At least got top layer stuff off of it. Probably gonna hand wash it a bit just to get all the grime off of it. I knew the windshield was cracked, but from it sitting so long, the windshield's actually separated away. So it's probably taking on water in here now too. So it's gonna be fun trying to find a windshield for this thing. But yeah, I'm gonna try to unload it here in a little bit, and then hopefully get underneath it and see what we're really dealing with. Underneath's pretty damn clean on this thing. Like, it's all undercoated and whatnot. It's just normal rust. Like, the car's got 600,000 on it, so it's starting to get ugly in a lot of places. But it's gonna suck at needing to make like this little piece, and because I know that they have quarters for them, but I don't think it goes around the headlight or the tail lights. And this side's not much better because it's been kind of patched once already. And then I don't know what's under here, but yeah, some of the rockers kind of gone, but I have to tear into it and see what we have. Right now though, even with the body not being perfect, I'd really like to get that motor in it and get the car properly running, because it's running, but it's barely running at all. So at least I can move it around easily, but I want to get it like drivable again, because it is still technically on the road, just doesn't have insurance on it right now. Nothing essentially compared to some of the motors I pulled recently. But I'm gonna let it run here for a bit because that battery is right fucked and my charger doesn't seem to be charging it. So I just want to let it run for a bit, for just the sake of charging up that battery enough that maybe it'll start next time that I turn the key and move it around the yard and stuff. Right now I'm actually going to pressure wash the engine bay, get all the crap out of here that that's been sitting here for years. But I figured if the battery can charge at least a little bit to get 1 or 2 starts out of it, that'd be good enough for me. I have a new alternator and all that stuff too, so if spraying it does anything to that alternator, I'm not too worried about it. And then the fuel filter, I don't know how old the fuel filter is, so even if this old gas starts clogging stuff, I'll switch the fuel filter out before I put the new motor in. I'm gonna do some maintenance to it. I'm gonna put a new clutch in it. It's probably about 400,000 on that clutch, and I don't plan on putting it back when I do the motor, so I'll be putting a clutch in it, fuel filter, whatever else it needs in between. I'm gonna pull the timing off of the other motor and see how bad the belt is and everything, because this is pretty new timing in this one, but whatever belt's best I'll use. But yeah, she's definitely lost a little compression there on one of the cylinders. I think it's the third one that has no compression on. Yeah. Is it that one? One of them's right gone. Oh yeah. No difference. Mint. But yeah, that's the start of this anyways. I don't know, like always, I have no plan for the videos. Just make footage and put it all together later.